Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to this week's Players Press from Controller Comrades. And before you comment, you sound like dicks, Max. I know. I'm currently recovering from the flu. And no, I'm not spreading it around the studio, Bob. I'm wearing my medical mask. Nobody's getting sick. Anyway, we start the evening with Xbox Live's recent catastrophe. Then we move on to the softer news with Nintendo heading into Yu-Gi-Oh! Territory and the building of a sports arena that will house sweaty men, but now with more PCs. Also, apparently death threats don't mean anything nowadays with this latest Steam-related news. Last and probably least is PlayStation's plan to be less terrible. Here's the updates.
For anyone who was trying to get on to Xbox Live midnight Monday morning would have been pleasantly surprised that the services were limited once again. Let's check the scoreboards, folks. It looks like we're all tied up. PSN and Xbox Live, 3. It's a close one. Who will come out to be the shittiest game network in history? Reports have said that amphibians have caused Monday morning's attacks through another DDoS attack. Apparently, they posted on their Facebook page saying it was going down Sunday night. Looks like you were too late. It happened on Monday. Well, well, well. Who's laughing now? Oh, still you guys. Oh. Well, most of the services are back online, and it raises questions about why these networks are so easily hacked. Grandma's no-password Wi-Fi seems to be harder to hack than this colossal disappointment. Two things are still down, though. Downloading games off the marketplace, and... no, it can't be. The most important part! Pizza Hut! No! We will be following this like a 14-year-old girl does to Ed Sheeran's Twitter.
Never doubt Nintendo and its ability to take extra money from all of its fans regardless of socioeconomic class. In addition to the interactive figures, Nintendo has announced Amiibo Cards. These cards are confirmed to function the same way as the figurines, but cheaper. It's as though Nintendo has deliberately been waiting all this time just to produce the real-life version of Yu-Gi-Oh! We have cards that digitally represent fighters who do combat with others for you. That's literally as close to Yu-Gi-Oh! As you can get. No official announcement on whether we're receiving trap or spell cards to supplement Amiibos on the battlefield or allow players to intervene strategically. Perhaps if Nintendo drains enough life points, money from its fans, we may see such cards in the near future.
Are you looking for the latest thing to not care about? Well, look no further. An esports arena has just been set to open in London for the Gfinity Championships? I don't know what it is either. Whatever, we'll just make something up. No one's gonna fact check us. Oh dear heavens, this thing's on. Forget what I just said, folks. This stadium will house over 1,000 people, and you can watch all your favorite COD players up close, like, insert name here. London saw how well the last year's esports tournament did, and decided to get on the gaming bandwagon before ESPN decides to dedicate a channel for the esports. 25 events are already scheduled for the arena, and this raises questions like, how and how?
If you know what Paranormal Activity is, then you're probably one of the two people who isn't related to the developers in any way. We only found out about it because of the headlines on other websites, so we're throwing it on today's episode. Paranormal Activity, a roguelike FPS, was originally developed and sold by Code Avarice on Steam, until its creator, Mike Malbec, decided it would be a good idea to threaten our Lord Gaben's life over a mistake. Long story short, the game is back on Steam under the different company name, Digerati Distribution and Marketing. Granted, the game doesn't look too much worse than your average voxel shoot-'em-up 3D Binding of Isaac styled game, but considering how much work is probably put into it, it seems rather strange that the creator decided to sell the game to another company. This is the guy who quit from his own company and then rejoined only a few weeks later. Though considering all the drama surrounding that game, perhaps it was a good choice to give it to someone else to deal with. It's like tossing a baby out after living with it for 2 months. Pretty normal behavior.
No, Sony, don't take away our mobile and TV market. We love buying all those Sony phones and Sony brand TVs. I liked inferior products. This is the exclamation nobody made this past Wednesday, when Sony released that they would be pulling back and almost completely out of the mobile and TV market. According to our sources, which for some reason was PC World again, they said, quote, "The TV and mobile communications businesses operate in markets characterized by high volumes and challenging competitive landscapes," end quote. In other words, Sony will be waving goodbye to most of the TV and mobile markets. During the wave, they will turn their hand around and put all their fingers into a fist but the middlemost finger. They did, however, put PlayStation on the highest of pedestals during this press release. Quote, "In games and network services, the company will strive to further expand the installed user base of the PlayStation platform and PlayStation Network," end quote. I don't know what they mean by expand, because I'm pretty sure you have to have something to expand upon. With PlayStation Network going down every 4 to 5 days, this whole situation reminds me of a person on a sinking boat. Except, not only is he not bailing faster than the water is coming in, but every time he puts the bucket into the boat, another hole opens up. There are reports that Sony will be attending Comic-Con cosplaying as the Bismarck this June.
Looks like another murder case. Time of death.
10:32.
How'd he die?
He was shot in the chest and fell out the window.
Who is the sad sap anyway?
It's you!
Our promising game of the week this week is Last Life, a game where you play as a detective who gets killed and reanimated using a 3D printer to be forced right back onto the job and into harm's way to solve his own murder case. Probably the single most unique idea for a game, this could easily be the second Blade Runner movie. You play as Detective Jack Parker on Mars in this sci-fi noir-style game, and as you uncover clues about your murder, you find out more about the destruction of Earth, deceit, corporate greed, corruption, and a slew of other things present in every noir film ever. This game has unique visuals, and although you spend the time playing as the cardboard version of Humphrey Bogart, it does seem like a very interesting art style. It's a point-and-click adventure similar to the Walking Dead video game, no, not that one, and Kentucky Route Zero, so you already know it's going to be difficult and confusing. I mean fun! It's going to be fun. Oh, it's already been funded on Kickstarter, although you can buy this bad boy on the website, which is in the description. It's set to release hopefully May of 2015, and will be available on PC, Mac, and Linux.
That was our video. Thank you for watching. Thanks to our sponsors, and viewers like you. Have a safe and wonderful week, and good luck with your future endeavors.
This week's bonus question. What game did NBC News confuse as Call of Duty during our coverage last week?
Subscribe to our channel to keep updated on all the haps of Controller Comrades. If you want to see our older videos, click here. Like us on the book and follow us on the Twit for constant streams of useless information.
This concludes our show. So long and until next week.